success knows in the end the triumph of high achievement. Hillary Clinton is that woman in the arena. And if you're serious about our democracy, you can't afford to stay home just because she might not align with you on every issue. You've got to get in the arena with her, because if she isn't a spectator sport, America isn't about yes, he will. It's about yes, we can. And we're going to carry Hillary to victory this fall, because that's what the moment demands. Yes, we can. Not yes, she can, not yes, I can. Yes, we can. You know, there's been a lot of talk in this campaign about what America has lost. People who tell us that our way of life is being undermined by pernicious changes and dark forces beyond our control. They tell voters there's a real America out there that must be restored. This isn't an idea, by the way, that started with Donald Trump. It's been peddled by politicians for a long time, probably from the start of our republic. And it's got me thinking about the story I told you 12 years ago tonight, about my Kansas grandparents and the things they taught me when I was growing up. See, my grandparents, they came from the heartland. Their ancestors began settling there about 200 years ago. I don't know if they had their birth certificates, but they were there. And they were Scotch-Irish mostly. Farmers.
Fucking Bernie Sanders sitting there looking like a troll.
No troll.
Dude, is there any way impossible? I mean, play devil's advocate for a second. Is there any way in hell that he's telling the truth that the country is better than it was, like, before he started? I mean, is there any way? Just think. Don't just come out automatically say, hell no. What is there any way that you could play devil's advocate, any of us, and say, you know what? I mean, I can't.
No.
My life ain't any better 8 years later, that's for sure. Maybe that's my fault, I don't know.
I can't think of anything.
I just want to be able to buy a box of fucking ammo and not have to get my blood type and my fucking social security number and yada yada yada. My boy down here got the gun shop down here in South, where I've been telling you, the gunpowder, where I was all week, man. He's fucking scared, dude. He says I might as well just shut my doors down when that bitch goes on. There's gonna be a lot of fucking closed up gun shops, brother. It's gonna be a fucking clusterfuck. Are you the sap, man?
Yes, sir.
I need to hear me.
I'm in a little bit of a state of shock trying to soak in all the lies that's been told.
I mean, fucking, they saved her fucking white ass. She's fucking, she's got the gold in between her legs, boy. That little patch down there is fucking, it's made out of gold.
Well, you can watch the Second Amendment go away, and then the First Amendment will be right behind it. She'll strip it. Can't say anything bad about any religion. Everybody's brothers and sisters, even though this religion of love is trying to cut your head off or make a slave out of you.
My grandparents taught me. They haven't gone anywhere.
All right, no, I'll do it right now.
As long as ever. Still cherished by people of every part, every race, every faith. They live on in each of us. What makes us American, what makes us patriots, is what's in here. That's what matters.
That's what makes us patriots.
And that's why we can take the food and music and holidays and styles of other countries and blend it into something uniquely our own. That's why we can attract strivers and entrepreneurs from around the globe to build new factories and create new industries.
You're good, Nose. Good to go.
That's why our military can look the way it does. Every shade of humanity forged into common service. That's why anyone who threatens our values, whether fascists or communists or jihadists or homegrown demagogues, will always fail in the end.
Oh, we call him a homegrown demagogue? Oh my God.
That is America. That is America. Those bonds of affection, that common creed. We don't fear the future, we shape it. We embrace it as one people, stronger together than we are on our own. That's what Hillary Clinton understands. This fighter, this stateswoman, this mother and grandmother, this public servant, this patriot, that's the America she's fighting for.
Hillary Clinton, a patriot.
She's a fucking 3%.
Dude, if you're a globalist, if you're a globalist, you're not a patriot.
I have confidence that the Democratic Party is in good hands. My time in this office, it hasn't fixed everything. As much as we've done, there's still so much I want to do. But for all the tough lessons I've had to learn, for all the places where I've fallen short, I've told Hillary, and I'll tell you what's picked me back up every single time. It's been you, the American people. It's the letter I keep on my wall from a survivor in Ohio who twice almost lost everything to cancer, but urged me to keep fighting for health care reform, even when the battle seemed lost. Do not quit. It's the painting I keep in my private office. A big-eyed green owl with blue wings, made by a 7-year-old girl who was taken from us in Newtown. Given to me by her parents so I wouldn't forget. A reminder of all the parents who have turned their grief into action. It's the small business owner in Colorado who cut most of his own salary so he wouldn't have to lay off any of his workers in the recession.
Yeah, that's what you did, right, motherfucker?
That wouldn't have been in the spirit of America.
These fools talk forever too. Like all these the big speakers, Michelle and Bernie, they talked for fucking ever. Like
how many fucking jobs time did he fucking lay people off? He laid a fuckload. This motherfucker.
How can the people still be convinced? Like I mean, or how can people believe this right here? How about that? How can people honestly believe that? You know, what do you guys all think?
Well, if I might jump in here, it's more than likely, in my opinion, because of people like Edward Bernays. who's quoted as saying, "The conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the public is an important element in democratic society. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power of our country." Edward Bernays is quoted as saying that. That's really what you're watching right now. This is all manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the public, like he's quoted as saying. You're witnessing, a play enacted, a well choreographed scientific play that's being, and it's criminal, being perpetuated on the American people. Brainwashing. It's literally brainwashing.
Through legalized propaganda.
Exactly.
I mean, it's fucking insane that he could get up there and say that fucking. He could basically get up there and say anything, and then I seen it with Michelle. They got all them sticks that are standing up that are all have Obama's name or all have Michelle on it. And it's like everything is so fucking choreographed. Everything is so fucking fake. It's like, I mean, look at these people. You look at these people and I look at them all as mentally ill. I see them and then I start to think, dude, maybe what the fuck is wrong with me? Maybe the world really is better and maybe I'm just out of my mind because this doesn't make sense.
These fuckers are liars, dude. They're fucking.
The Looney Tunes are running the bunch. They're fucking. The mental hospitals have been dumped out, and people are running amok around in there.
Borders are wide open. Catch them and let them go.
I'm going to read something else. I want you guys.
Okay.
Maybe you cut out.
The audio cut out, Nugs.
We lost you, man. I'll get it back to you.
You come in on the tavern with a booster.
Yeah, just come out because it was happening this set. Just come out and come back as the tavern.
It's boosting my signal from piggybacking on these guys right here.
Yeah, or freshen your line up too. And you got all the shit. If you need anything, just mess with me.
Crazy, dude.
If you can hear us, Nugs, come back, brother, with the tavern. If you hear us. I think he said his connection was bad earlier, too. Thanks, everybody who came in on the second round tonight. So much shit going on. We got Brother Nugs back, so we had to do a little round two.
That shit is tweaking out again too. Like on my end, it's going from 4 likes and 0 dislikes, and then it goes to 129 likes and 48 dislikes.
For who? Which
dislikes?
What? Who got that?
Look at the screen share and look at the likes and the dislikes. Can you see the dislikes and the likes?
I see 3 likes on our end and no dislikes.
You're not seeing what I'm seeing? Look at the screen share that I'm sharing.
Alright, hold on.
Look at the likes and the dislikes on the screen share.
Hold on. Stay there. 5 likes, or 129 likes and 38 dislikes. Yeah, that sums up with that. That's like that one time, Tim. Remember you called us that one time and how many was like fucking 48? I don't know, something crazy. You remember that, Sam?
Yeah, it was astronomical, dude.
Yeah, you remember that, Tim? And you're like, yo, what's up with this, G? Tell me if this shit ain't crazy.
Hey, Google is hacked. You see that? Did you see the story today? They took Donald Trump out of Google for the presidential search for the candidates. Donald Trump has been taken off by Google.
They did
Take
that
them
on
home.
Facebook. They did that on Facebook too. Any post that you put up about terrorism or what's going on in France, they were taking it down and they said it was an accident. Yeah, okay.
Accidents?
Yeah, accidents, what they said. It was done by accident. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they won't let you use certain tags either now.
I still believe this is going to go away. Like Matt Bracken said, the internet will go away, and when it comes back 2 or 3 weeks later, it'll have all kind of restrictions on it. Chinese style internet where you have to sign in with your driver's license number or some kind of crap.
Shout out to everybody out there. Hit that like button and share button for the freaky shit going on here.
Yeah, it's gonna get freaky, man.
You notice where Obama said he's got a picture in his private office of that big owl. What is it they worship out there at Bohemian Grove? A big owl?
Yeah.
Yeah. With glowing green eyes. Yeah, that's it. What do they call it? Moloch?
With glowing green eyes, huh?
Yeah, that's what he said a while ago in his little speech. But he jumped off that real quick, too.
I bet.
Because they're afraid everybody's going to make the connection to Bohemian Grove.
Dude, fucking Donald Trump gets under that motherfucker's skin. You can't tell me it's all totally an act. I mean, Donald Trump gets under that motherfucker's skin big time.
I truly
It's all
believe
a lot of people's thing.
I truly believe he's scaring the crap out of them. Nugs, you got any audio yet? Are you back with us?
I'm not sure. Maybe for a little
There
bit.
you are. Yeah, man. Come on,
Yeah.
read what you don't read a while ago.
We can hear you, bro.
All right. Well, it's just another quote from history, in my opinion, that proves all what It gives at least some evidence to what's going on. Naturally, the common people don't want war. Period. But after all, it is the leaders of a country who determine the policy, and it is always a simple matter to drag people along, whether it is a democracy or a fascist dictatorship or a parliament or a communist dictatorship. Voice or no voice, the people can always be brought to the bidding of the leaders. This is easy. All you have to do is tell them they are being attacked and denounce the pacifists for lack of patriotism and exposing the country to danger. It works the same in every country. Hermann Goering said that at the Nuremberg trials. That's exactly what's going on. They're using
Let me ask you this,
words against all of us. Go ahead,
Let me
man.
ask you this, Nug, since you're back. Okay, do you think that Trump could be genuine just for the fact of how bad he gets under Obama's skin? I mean, there ain't no drinking beers on the golf course after that. Right? I mean, Trump has always consistently not liked Obama. That's where the birther bullshit and all that comes from. Pretty much.
I guess I can answer that with one statement, and that is I don't, as an American, and I don't believe other Americans should put all of their trust in one man. Americanism, freedom, liberty is an idea, that we should hold in our hearts. Don't just because one man's up there and might think that he represents liberty, we shouldn't trust that, because look at the past, look at the history. Yeah, he's talking the talk, but until he's actually in there and we see actions instead of words, I'm going to hold my resolve. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, do you think Hillary Clinton gets elected right now at this point?
Dude,
if it was held today.
I mean, I know what Bilderberg is. I understand at Bilderberg a couple years ago they announced that Hillary was going to be the fucking president. They've always denounced the president beforehand, going back fucking, I don't know, 30 years, 40 years. So what's the difference here to think just because Trump's running that they're not going to still give it to Hillary? Look what they did to Bernie. Bernie won the vote, period. They don't care. Look what it forced them to do. They had to come out and announce on both sides that the popular vote does not matter. Like Joseph Stalin said, I care not who votes, all I care about is who counts the votes. You know, they don't give a fuck, and they're letting us know.
Okay, and then one more. Do you believe Hillary Clinton is basically, that's shit hits the fan, that's game over, yes, or what do you think?
More than likely, dude. She's a psychopath. Look, there's a lot of evidence that she was pulling strings in the White House under Bill Clinton. A lot of strings.
Paul Craig Roberts, I know I've said it earlier in the first chat, Paul Craig Roberts today, he's a smart guy. I mean, he doesn't stutter when he talks, and he doesn't BS either. He's speaking facts. He said if she gets in the presidency within a year, we'll probably all be vaporized, and that's going to kill everything. Dude, people in Congress and people in Washington call her a war hawk.
Yeah, her own people don't fucking know.
Hey, you gotta watch that Clinton Cash. That shit's on for free. Watch that Clinton Cash. Them motherfuckers are total scumbags. I mean, I didn't even know about the Haiti shit. The Haiti shit is dirty, like. Look, the Clintons, look at that, their fucking Clinton initiative and all that shit with Haiti. That shit is bad, yeah.
There's another documentary that's as good or even better, and it's called The Clinton Chronicles, and that's a very good one too. That gets into all their corruption, gets into Mena, Arkansas, them selling cocaine, ordering sheriffs to murder kids over to hide it, and all this other crazy shit.
Yeah, that is a good one. I didn't watch all of it, but yeah, Marcus Wright, I saw it.
Well, they did Haiti, they did the Congo, they did 3 or 4 countries in Africa, they did Colombia, they cleaned the timber out of Colombia, was supposed to have been sold to the U.S., it went to China, they did India, they were tied in with the crooks in India, and they asked the guy that was over the people in India what happened to the money, and he didn't have the money. The Clintons got it. Same thing with Ericsson phones. They were selling technology to the Iranians. They were discovered. Bill Clinton was paid $700,000 to do a 45-minute speech, the most expensive speech he'd ever done. 2 weeks later, when she was in the State Department, she pardoned them and said, well, this is really not something we need to be concerned with. So Ericsson phones got a free pass because Bill got $700,000 contributed to him and the Clinton Foundation.
And when you watch these speeches that they both give for this absurd, and Chelsea, they give these speeches for an absurd amount of money. If you look at the look in their face and just, it's just nonsense. It's the old trick where they get away with prostitution in the city. Like, you're not paying for sex, you're paying for a card, and an ace is all the way fucking, and maybe a king is whatever. You know what I mean? You get the game, right? They're paying for the fucking speech as a way to get around, like fucking campaign violation. I mean, what do you call it? Charity violations and shit like that. So they say a speech, but really it's just pocket money for them to pretend to come and talk about some bullshit that has nothing to do with anything. It's a joke. And what are you supposed to do? Like, when you're talking about the money that they're fucking with, like, you're talking about, like Nugs is saying, the biggest movers and shakers, like the fucking elite motherfuckers.
People, in my opinion, have a hard time wrapping their brain around the fact that there's a certain class of individual on this planet that have all the wealth and the power, and their families have had this wealth and power for 200, 300, 500 years plus. These people are using the scientific progression of humans, we the people, to literally scientifically enslave all of us through chemical, biological, social, and every other means they can think of. It's full spectrum dominance, full spectrum warfare. They're attacking the American middle class, the average Joe, because we represent the last bastion of freedom and liberty. Even though most people don't even understand it, they still represent it. And when that's gone, we're all fucked. We're all fucked.
Food, water, they control food, water, air, pharmaceuticals, you name it, dude. Everything. Emissions.
People, yeah, exactly. People don't understand that the owner, the CEO of Nestle folks, came out and said that water will be the next great oil market because these fucks are planning to control water to the point to where you'll have to pay to be alive. To even more extent than you already
you're already there.
Yeah, but when they control your body's water intake, they really got you.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
they bought all the water rights in California, dude. The people in California are being restricted on their water use, but Nestle, they bought all the rights, so they're running with it.
You can survive for months without food, weeks. You can only survive for 3 days without water.
They are not only robbing us, but they get away with destroying the Constitution and replacing it with some fucking global, third world shithole law, where these laws don't just supersede like the Constitution, but fucking everybody's sovereignty across the whole world.
Well, they're stacking the deck in the Supreme Court. You know, the guy that they've got elected right now, the guy that they've got going in to fill the last guy's slot that had an accident and had a heart attack, was found with a cover on his face, Scalia side, whatever they call it. This guy was the one that reigned over all the decisions on the Oklahoma City bombing, which happened during Bill Clinton days. That they're saying there's no way that a truck bomb could have done that kind of damage. And yeah, they investigated, and everybody says there's no way that a truck bomb could have done that kind of damage. Yes, they saw him carrying in the charge, explosive, everything else. So he's already bought and paid for. So they have loaded one spot already. And then when Ginsburg goes out, bless her old heart, Hillary will find somebody else to go in and put her spot. Now, you notice in none of these speeches they said anything about her appointing people to the Supreme Court. But Trump did, because he said he wanted to put people on the Supreme Court that back the Constitution and the nation, not the world.
I would like to see what's going to happen with the vets.
They were talking about. If she loads the deck at the Supreme Court, they can pass anything they want to pass, and they'll say, okay, that sounds good to us.
I know they were talking about the Veteran Affairs Administration spending like $20 million on fucking artwork and sculptures and yada, 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 and the fucking vets. These motherfuckers are dying just to go see the fucking doctor.
I think
what's going to happen with them?
I think that shit's called racketeering, because they've got all the places loaded. They've got the deck loaded. It's got to be racketeering.
Oh, it can be proven. It can most definitely be proven to be racketeering. Even Eric Holder, went back into the law firm. I forget the name of it. Some fucking bullshit Wall Street law firm that he came from out of college. So these fucks go from heads of Fortune 500 corporations that are literally, more powerful than governments, most governments around the world. Then they go into our government and then get back out and go back into their spot in the corporations. And while they're in our government, they're doing backhanded deals and scratching the backs of senators and congressmen and lining their pockets and yada, yada, yada.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, if you watch that Clinton Cash, you see exactly, like, they break it down like monkey style so you can understand how all these fools are getting rich. Like, they'll fucking go in and pay a fucking dictator a bunch of fucking money to be there, to fucking be mining or whatever for natural resources or whatever. Taking way more out of the ground and everything like that compared to what they're paying these dictators peanuts, you know what I mean? They're paying them fucking rapper cash, you know what I mean? So they pay these guys the little bit of money they pay them, and then they make a ton of deals or they make a ton of money brokering deals between, the mining company who's going to do it and the fucking dictator and everybody that's in play. They just put fucking free money in their pocket through a campaign speech, or not even a campaign, a charity speech.
Plug your laptop up, Tony. You're getting a low battery warning. We're fixing to lose you.
You guys been listening to Sheriff David Clark talking about the DNC, yada yada.
He knows what's going on.
I love that guy, man. I wish we fucking had someone like him. I tell you, if all the states had someone like David Clark, dude, we'd be in such a better place.
When they said they weren't going to raise the interest rates, when Yellen came out yesterday or today and made the decision they're going to raise, all the economists threw their hands in the air. They said, it's done. We're done.
Yeah, that guy don't play, man.
It's done. See, nobody's talking about the economy now. The economy, other than Obama telling you how great it is and how they dropped the deficit, but yet we're bumping 20 trillion, And y'all know that when Hillary goes in, everything we're talking about, the bashing and telling the truth here on this live broadcast, everybody on here is going to have a target painted on their head.
Right.
And they've got special rooms for everybody.
Right.
At that fun camp for adults, yeah. Somebody, I agree with what everybody else is saying. Somebody, if they get close to her, one of the Secret Service agents, somebody needs to take one for the team.
I wonder what they were. I know we've been talking about this. I wonder how those fuckers are feeling, man. I know everyone's not on board with their fucking ass. And I can only imagine. I wish I knew what the fuck these motherfuckers are plotting, thinking, yada. You know they're not cool with this bitch.
I don't advocate. I don't advocate violence. Somebody needs to take one for the team. Come on, guys.
Yeah, a lot of people that'll do. I mean, a lot of people will do almost anything for the right amount of money.
That's true.
I mean,
look at JFK, brother Seth. And he was a swell guy.
Yeah, he took one for the team, didn't he?
Sure.
Yeah, he took one from the team.
Yeah, he took right.
And all this affordable medication, she's going to work with all the pharmaceutical companies to make generic drugs available for everybody to dumb you down and make you subtle and passive where you fall deeper into the trance and takes away your ability to fight and your ability to think and dream.
And just to go along with that, to go along with what you just said, Saints, listen to this, guys. Diet, injections, and injunctions will combine from a very early age to produce the sort of character and the sort of beliefs that the authorities consider desirable. And any serious criticism of the powers that be will become psychologically impossible. Bertrand Russell, out of his book, The Impact of Science on Society. That's what I'm talking about, people. You fuckers don't understand that this has been 150, 170-year fucking scientific takeover and study on how to fucking control the human mind and human society. And guess what, folks? They've achieved it. They're going for it. And at the end of this, there will be no humanity. It'll be transhumanism. And we will be fucking slaves with the mental capacity of a ratchet, of a doorknob.
And get well said, Nugs, very well said. Gear up, people. This is your last chance. If we fail this time, I'm afraid to say all hope is lost. It's game time. I don't see no coming back from this. If it fails this time, we're all doomed. Everybody I'm hearing that's got a good background, a good research background and all, are saying that if this goes down this time, we'll never get it back. It will be lost forever.
Well, as Thomas Jefferson stated, the beauty of the Second Amendment is that it will not be needed until they try to take it. Just like the First Amendment. And that's why I'm even putting my neck on the line just like the rest of these folks, because now's the time to stand up and be heard, because there will be no time or no opportunity to stand up and be heard in the future. They are coming for the First Amendment. Period. Drudge Report, Matt Drudge went on a radio show and even stated this guy has trillions of views a year. And he even stated that an inside fucking source, a Supreme Court justice, told him they were coming for the First Amendment. That they had enough votes to take out even people that share links to news sources or news websites that the government deems what's the word? Sedition, basically. They deem them you seditionist or you a seditionist, and they turn you off.
What do you think? What do you think they do if the people don't buy this? Like this whole fucking grand spectacle of lies over in the DNC. What if the people don't buy it and they don't vote for Hillary? What do you think the extent that these fools are willing to go to either rig it or be out in the streets with the military or whatever their plan is? Well, I mean.
Dude, Tony, man, they're psychopaths. They're like little children. They're gonna get pissed off and mad because they don't get their way. Because I mean, think about how decadent they all are. They ride around in 747s, mansions in the sky. These people, when they don't get their way, they're gonna flip the game board over, the chessboard, and run away and try to hide. Which means the destruction of probably all of us. Because if as we all know, less than 10% of the nukes go off, everybody fucking dies.
Everybody. Everything dies.
Everything dies. The planet dies.
Yep.
Now, the flip side to that is they could use the newer technologies, which is where I kind of think they're going to go, like small tactical nuclear weapons and high energy weapons that do the same devastation as a fucking nuke, but no residual radiation. They've been working on all this shit for 40 years. That's why a hammer costs $500, $1,000, or a toilet seat. All that shit's been going into black projects. Not to mention all the opium and drug dealing. Where's all that money going? You know what I mean? From Iran Contra. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, where did the $2 to $3 trillion that was missing out of the Pentagon go? Where did the gold that was in the bottom of the World Trade Center go?
Exactly, and then Winging It Tracy brings up a good point out in the chat. If all they got to do really is turn off the grid, no matter who it is, if it's our own government, the Ruskies, the Chinese, if they want to fuck America up, they turn off the grid and America will eat itself. America will destroy itself. We the people will, because we're so divided, will fight ourselves. Not to mention nobody has food anymore.
I'll tell you something that I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of Democrats getting sprayed at the Republican convention, but I'm also seeing Democrats getting tear gassed at the Democratic convention. But I didn't see a lot of Republicans getting tear gassed at the Republican convention, only Democrats and Democratic protesters. But you got Bernie supporters that are trying to tear down this 8-foot tall, 4-mile-long fence around the DNC that are getting tear gassed and thrown in jail and arrested because Bernie didn't get elected. He got beat out of the vote. I can't see where those people are going to vote for Hillary Clinton. I mean, if they're willing to go to jail and tear a wall down, they are really not going to vote for Hillary Clinton because they're protesting and taking the chance on getting in big doo-doo.
And let's all take a step back and philosophically look at the voting system itself. I mean, what the fuck? The RNC and the DNC, Democratic and Republican National Committees, both came out in the same year, within the same month, and just basically told the American people the truth finally, that your vote does not count. There is no popular vote. So if that's the case, why are people even giving a fuck? Why aren't people rioting in the street? Because they have no choice. They want to scream and rant that they have no democracy. They don't even have a republic, which the democracy was built on. They don't even understand what a republic is. They don't even understand they don't have a voice anymore. but you got to listen to them call you a conspiracist because you tell them their kids are being brainwashed, because you tell them they're being brainwashed, because you tell them it's a tyranny to take a shot, to be forced to take a shot like in California. You know, it's on people, like Saint said. Go ahead, Tom.
You see they broke through the gate?
They tore it down. That's what I was saying. They got enough people there, they could tear it down. I mean, you got people at the DNC, you got Democratic voters that are wearing Hillary for prison shirts that came from a Republican store.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I guess they broke in and threw a coffin at the police.
I saw a coffin they had. It had a bunch of. It had DNC right on the side of it with a bunch of dead mules upside down on it, with their feet up in the air.
Yeah, that's the. There's a lot of protesters out there. A lot of communists over there. If they're gonna do something, tomorrow night's got to be the night. That's why they don't throw it on Fridays. Fools are mad. What are they so mad about? I thought the fucking country was awesome.
Yeah, it is. Everything is awesome.
So why are they so fucking angry? Says they're burning American flags. I got some video of them burning some American flags here. Twitter is hot right now with all types of videos. Oh, they lit themselves on fire. Ah, she lit herself on fire. Ah, oh God, I can't make this up. This bitch tried to step on the. I don't know what she's doing, dancing around the burning American flag. She caught herself on fire. Oh, that's great.
Well, this is all coming to a head. If Hillary gets it, you know. I mean, dude, if they can hack an email, you know they can hack a 20-year-old voting machine. You know, that's a given. All they've got to do, Trump's going to have to win this in a landslide.
I think he will. I hope he will.
Burn that fucking white capitalist shit the fuck down on this one. Now break your leg off. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You burn the American flag and you get burned.
I think they ought to put toxic stuff in the material.
Or they choked to death.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all the communist flags.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Revolution. Yeah, they're protesting inside. They're not showing it though. How far are they willing to go? Because that would mean that we don't have till November. If you guys thinking like I might be thinking, that means we don't have till next year.
No,
Yeah.
it'll never make it.
Well, and then you guys got to still reference those emails that were hacked from the Black Lives Matter fuckhead. You know, the black guy. I mean, it was even stated in there that they're trying to cause this chaos, promote this chaos. And by the way, this was the fucking Justice Department talking to him in email saying that they need to get Black Lives Matter and other groups to fucking cause chaos so Obama will stay in for a third term. There's a good chance if they get the right event, quote unquote, that there will be no new elections. Obama will suspend them. I don't know why people have such a hard time of understanding that. You know, and to me, it's not rocket science. There's a damn good chance Obama could go for a third term.
Well, they're getting geared up for it because I saw where New York City just spent $7 million on brand new riot control gear for all their police. $7 million. That's a lot of shields, you know.
I'd like to point something else out too to the folks out there that, you know, if you're not following what's going on in geopolitics, you can't claim to know what's going on in American politics, because all you got to do is listen to fucking what Putin's been saying. Now, I don't trust the fucker. He is former KGB, but you got to take all sides and all opinions into account. And what he's been saying basically is that why is the American media so corrupt and hiding the truth of what's going on in the world to them? That, you know,
from the American people are hiding it, and why don't the American people stand up?
Yeah, and basically what he's getting at is that we're marching towards world war, and nobody the Western media, which is tiptoeing, doing the totalitarian tiptoe, doesn't seem to give a fuck. Tiptoeing towards chaos. And if anybody understands what the New World Order really is, order out of chaos, I mean, boom, there you go. You know, Henry Ford said, "It is well enough that the people of a nation do not understand our banking system and monetary system, for if they did, I believe there would be revolution before tomorrow morning." How many people in history got to give us warnings before people are going to realize what's going on? Go ahead.
Well, if everybody knows what's coming if Hillary gets in, I mean, all the DNC, they can all line up and get their shots and get their medicine and drink their fluoride and drive around in their little electric cars and breathe their battery acid and yeah.
The storm is coming, brother. The storm is coming.
Hey, go get that little fucker, Saints.
I got my alarm going off that bag. I'm thinking to shoot something.
Yeah.
Brother Saints has got a pest control problem, so he ain't shooting nobody in particular, people.
Yeah. He's not swatting their flies either. Probably got another coon.
Them damn fucking raccoons and possums kill all his fucking livestock.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised, Nugs, that he hasn't fucking caught a nice hog, man.
So they're not covering the protest outside, though, not on the mainstream media anyways.
They won't, Tony. They know it goes against Hillary, so they're not going to. It's bad publicity.
That shit is popping, though, man. Them motherfuckers are burning shit down out there.
They should be.
I'll find it. I'll find it.
Those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. You know, there's no way around it. If we don't have a voice in the pulpit box and the voting box, all we got left is the rooftops. You know?
Rooftops to throw motherfucking politicians off of.
Rooftops and cartridge boxes.
Trying to see if I can find a live feed here before.
I know what it is now. Another one of them giant raccoons. He ran behind a tree up there. I'll get him. He'll come back.
That's what I said.
It's a big one. That's a big one there.
Yeah, Nugs was telling us it's either a coon or...
Well, he looked at me and ducked behind some trees up there before I get the dot on him. I'll get him next time.
It's already late on the. I guess it's already late on the East Coast. So
It's only 12.
looks like they're done. I mean, there's some stuff. There's some stuff going on, but
me see if M&P wants to get on.
Yeah, he's probably loaded for bear by now. He's been listening to us rant.
Yeah, he was like everybody's square on it. I thought he knew. Well, if you're listening, Bikes, I'll send you an invite.
Hey, that's a great thing, people. For $19, you can get your alarm. Transmits up to 300 yards. If anything walks within 35 feet of it, it'll send you a little blue light and a little alarm. Runs on 2 AA batteries. Might be something handy to put in your little bag of tricks.
Yeah, there's on Periscope. There's a bunch of people
Put a link
live.
in the internal for me. Put that link in the internal for me.
I'm gonna text it to you. Can I text it to you when you post it?
It'd be a lot easier if you just put in the internal for me.
This app is on my phone. I know, but the app.
All right, just text it to me. Just text it to me. I'll get it over here.
Welcome back, M&P.
What's up, M&P?
Oh, I know how to do it.
Thanks, guys.
No problem. You're welcome. You got a little echo there.
Yeah, I'm just... Okay, hang on.
You want to fix that?
Hang on.
Yeah, I had to mute you, bro, so you can take care of that problem. Yeah, if you send it to me, Tone, I'll just text it to me. I'll try to...
You see it in the internal? I mean the...
On my phone, no. I thought you said you were going to text it to me.
I put it in the... Yeah, I put it in...
External?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll put
Yes,
it on...
yeah, I got it.
I'll put it on the video, too.
Let's see, it's... Alright. I can screen share.
Like I said, I think shit's winding down. There's a bunch of people live streaming from down there. That just happens to be...
Can you all see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's midnight there already on a Wednesday. Those fools gotta go swipe the EBC.
How's that? Is that better? No echo?
Sounds good here.
All right. Nugs. How are ya?
I'm chilling, man. How are you?
Good. You're the guy to ask. Drop some Thomas Jefferson quotes.
Oh, what kind?
You just drop one on me that you think is one of the most important for people to know.
All right. Let me a second.
There's a reason why I'm asking you to do this. You're the guy to drop the quotes.
All right, here's one right here. I sincerely believe the banking institutions having the issuing power of money are more dangerous to liberty than standing armies. Thomas Jefferson.
Shit's echoing. Hold on.
Is M&P still back on?
He's still there, but I muted him. He's got feedback hard.
Yeah, it started echoing again.
Yeah, he's got them fucking Radio Shack headphones, I guess. They're working out for their Bluetooth.
I'm not wearing headphones. I'm on my laptop, actually.
Well, you're not echoing. You sound good to me.
Now Tony just dropped out. May have been Tony was echoing.
There you go. M&P was probably Tony. You're not echoing, over. Oh, yeah.
So I'm good, right? I'm clear.
Check.
All right.
No.
I'm clear. I got you.
No. No, sorry, buddy. You're not clear. I had to remute you. If you want to make sure, and then, well, there's the road break. Turn your bandwidth down on your laptop and turn down your speakers. And it would be nice if you had a pair of headphones. That would kill your echo. But if you don't, just lower your bandwidth all the way to low and turn your speakers down. That might help. Yeah, Tony Tone had to roll out.
Oh, did he? All right.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in. Tony will be back
Ain't
on
nobody
this.
done a shout out, G. You want to do a shout out to everybody?
Yeah, let me get the external. All right. What's going on, Brother Don? Politically incorrect. What's going on, Trace? Tell him to put that Periscope out. I'll try to fish for some other sites that are streaming. What's up, Brother Don? How you doing, bro? Burritos 13 Fox.
Veritas.
Veritas 13 Fox.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little. What's up, Brother Stan? Good to see you, buddy. Did you guys ever figure out what the fuck flag that was? HRM, what's going on, bro? I know B4 was in earlier. I don't know what happened, brother. M&P. I think he's got some audio issues there. Good to have Brother Nugs back. I don't know, Seth. I don't know what to tell you, my brother, except for just get ready for the fight. Because there's a whole lot of them out there, my brother. What's up, Brother Sparks? Good to see you. I don't think we've had a crazier year than this election year. With all the fucking shootings, the Orlando, the fucking priests fucking getting their throats fucking slanged, and I mean, ISIS, the fucking Black Lives Matters, the whole fucking Hillary scandal, it's just, you're
We're not even seeing all of it, Brother G. I mean, they've got a media blackout right now. How long has it been since you heard anything that came out of Yemen, down below Saudi Arabia? I mean, they've been blasting those people
every day.
They even sent some Marines down there. Has anybody heard anything else about that?
No, I have not. Didn't even hear we went.
Yeah, they sent a bunch of Marines to Yemen down there in an advisory role.
Why the fuck are we there in Yemen? Why should we get there in Yemen? Why? Why? Why?
Because the Saudis want that. The Saudis want control of that land because it's all 50% of the country's coastline.
Oh, so we're definitely going to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. They're fighting the Houthi rebels down there
because they're fucking with their money. That's what.
Yeah, they blacked out and it's costing them money because the Houthi are fighters, dude. They're giving them fits. You got a blackout there. You got a blackout about the coup in Turkey because Erdogan's taken over every one of the radio stations and caused a media blackout. The only thing coming out has to be approved by him and his cabinet. You got a blackout in France now. You don't hear anything out of Germany, because nobody can speak out in Germany because if you bash a Muslim, they come, if you write a post about Islam, they come to your house and question you. Dude, all over the world, there's a blanket being thrown over all the news. Nothing's coming out, but yet it's turmoil. The whole world's burning. It's not just here.
Those who would overthrow liberty must first begin with the freedom of speech. Benjamin Franklin stated that one of the true heroes of the First Amendment.
And now what I see now, that guy Tommy Robinson, that's got the fight going on in England. He was talking to Paul Joseph Watson last night about he's got to go up here now because he was holding a flag up that said "fuck Islam," but it's okay for him to fly ISIS flags.
Well, that's the kicker. It wasn't even his flag. He took a picture with somebody that was holding the flag, and they want to charge him for it.
Yeah. He has to go back to court now, time off work, time out of his pocket, time out of it, money out of his pocket, time out of his day, because the mayor of London's wanting to make London a separate entity from the rest of the UK, and everywhere you go now, they're talking about Sharia law. I mean, even in the U.S., you know, the Muslims up there in Islamabad or whatever it is, up in Michigan, have control over the city council now.
I've seen videos where they got control of the city. They have these mass fucking demonstrations where anybody that counter protests, they throw rocks and bottles and hit them and shit and assault them. Those people of that town in that area have lost their town.
Well, what I understand, most of Michigan is Democrats. So what you ask, what you get, what you ask for. If they feel like, oh, let them come in, we'll take care of them. Okay, let them start cutting heads off people. Nothing about you don't hear anything about the rapes, nothing about the abuse, you know, nothing about it. They're covering it all up. It's part of the plan. It's all in their game plan.
Well, like Nug said earlier, you know, this shit's been planned for how long? You know, that's the scary part.
150 years they're working on it or better.
You know, we're the suckers. We are the suckers. Yeah, thanks, Tony Tone, for setting up for us. Like Tone said in the external, you know, we started this community for everybody, you know, for the people and for the mods, and all of us, you know, everyone's busy. Nugs, me, Seth, Tone. You know, we all got lives. Some of us got kids, yada yada. But every Wednesday we're gonna do it. Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm texting to you. Yeah, but every Wednesday night, we are back. Wednesday. Time, I'm sure we'll probably do it like somewhere no earlier than 9 o'clock. Because personally, I can't do it if it's earlier than that. But like in between 9 and 10, I think that's when we'll do it. Does that sound pretty accurate, Thomas? Between 9 and 10. I know Nugs is an hour behind us.
Well, I think me and Saints are Central Times.
Oh, yeah. So you guys are fucking, what, 11:30?
Right.
Okay, I'm 12:30 and Tony's fucking 9:30. So we'll work it out. But it'll be good to be back on like all the time, every week.
Well, I think tomorrow night's the grand finale on at the DNC. When I don't know who's supposed to get up and speak. I know Hillary's going to get up and tell you how great she is tomorrow night, with and all the cronies and crooks, super gangsters in attendance. And I'm sure she'll accept the nomination.
Oh yeah, indeed.
I thought she already did. I thought it was official. I thought she was giving it tonight, wasn't she?
Oh, she'll accept the nomination as president tomorrow night.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
We'll see how many protesters show up there and see what kind of shit they start for her ass. They should fucking blow the motherfucker up like they did on fucking Trump, on Trump's rally. Shutting fucking traffic down, fucking acting like a bunch of fucking ignorant fucks. Just like this Black Lives Matters bullshit. And they allow this shit. They allow it. Everybody wants to be so fucking politically incorrect and shit. It's fucking disgusting, dude. It's fucking just...
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
Time's coming. Time is coming, brother.
Isn't that wonderful? At the DNC rally up there in Pittsburgh, they had a big Black Lives Matter march. If you were a white reporter, you had to go to the back of the line.
Back of the bus, they said.
Yeah, but if
That's
you're
it.
a white,
Yeah.
if you're a black reporter, you get to march up front with the rest of the.
Right. And quote unquote, you don't like it, get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. You see, back in the day, do you think that shit should have been fucking? Oh man. And I'm not talking about fucking being racist and the blacks. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking fucking. These motherfuckers are just allowed to fucking get away, fucking standing in front of an ambulance while the motherfuckers got to go to the hospital or to pick somebody up, whatever. Someone needed fucking assistance, and you're gonna fucking shut the motherfucker down from keeping a fucking. Come on, man. What the fuck? What the fuck does that man or female have to do that's in the fucking ambulance? What do they got to do with this? Why the fuck do they feel the need just to take over shit like that? And they're allowed. That's what I'm saying by allowed. Allowed to march on the highway and to shut traffic down.
You can't
Like they
beat
did
that.
at Trump in Arizona. Arizona, they shut down the fucking freeway because of the fucking protesters.
You
What
can't
the
block
fuck
a
is
right
that,
of way.
Seth?
I know you cannot block a public right of way. It's against the law.
That is against the law,
Mm-hmm.
especially to fucking stand in front of an ambulance. Well, come on, man. Back in the day, them motherfuckers would have been shot. They all need to be fucking dumped. All
Shit,
of
they
them.
been run over.
I would have ran the. If I was the driver of that fucking ambulance, I would have fucking hit them motherfuckers like they were pancakes. I would roll over, baby. Roll them. And keep the motherfucker moving. Okay? You ain't gonna stop me from doing my fucking job and try to save someone's life. For real, man. That's fucking plain old ignorant. And we are the dumb motherfuckers who allow that shit and they fucking get away with it. Every man or woman deserves to fucking, they can vote for who they want to vote. If a man wants to wear a fucking Trump hat or Trump shirt and go fucking to a fucking Trump rally, then God bless the man should go without having to be terrorized by a bunch of thugs. And the police are told to stand down, just like they were in Baltimore.
Veritas Fox said, hey, feds that are watching, click, close, and drive, they say, well, that's all good, but hell, you can't take no guns up there. Hell, they put old Kokesh in jail for pumping a shotgun up there.
Last time, then, you saw what happened last time when the bitch got crazy with her fucking car and they fucking shot that fucker up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You remember that crazy bitch fucking drove through the gates and they fucking put it to her, boy.
Well, anybody that swore an oath and really grew up, you know, people that are years in, got years of service to the government, they're, you know, I'm sure they're looking at their retirement. They're thinking, man, I've only got this many more years and I can get out of this mess. And you fixing to have to work for somebody that's really not a wholesome person and really not a good person. So you got to make the choice. I mean, I know everybody needs a job and all that, but look at Dan Bongino. I mean, it was so crooked with him working for Obama that he quit. I mean, he said he couldn't stand it anymore. And then they go out and make the FBI agents, anybody that had anything to do with the Hillary Clinton emails, that read them had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. First time ever they've had to do that on any kind of crap like that I know of. They didn't even know non-disclosure agreement. They couldn't even believe they had to sign it. They don't want anybody talking about it. They know it's, dude, it's bought and paid for. It's racketeering. They know. It's like P.I. just said, they know there's, they swore an oath to the Constitution when they were going through school to be an FBI agent. They had morals. They were patriots. They were doing it for the country, you know. protect and serve. The game's changed. It's fixing to get if that woman gets in, it's going to be really, really bad, really dirty. I could see it going really dirty.
People don't realize that war entails all aspects of war, which also includes propaganda, a war of ideas, a war on the mind. That's what we're going through at this phase. So everybody needs to knuckle up and be, keep your wits about you, because the next phase was more than likely will be a hot phase, which entails violence, which will get everybody even more excited. When people lose everything, they lose it. So when they throw in an economic collapse or some type of fucking scenario, they turn the power off, for instance, that's what they want. They want us to eat ourselves, destroy ourselves from within, so they can move in willy-nilly and pick us off, one by one.
Well, nobody in the People's Taverns yet has stated or claimed a call to arms or a call to action, or nobody's advocated anybody advocate any kind of violence. All we're trying to do is put enough facts out there for people to relate to that says
Just make them aware.
this and this and this, and maybe we're putting something out there that other people didn't know. And you got to wake everybody up. You got to give them everything you can give them, where they know all the facts, or at least everything that they can get their hands on to make a sound judgment on what kind of individual action they're going to take. But we're not advocating violence. Nobody in here is threatening violence against anybody or threatening any kind of action against anybody. Nobody's making a call to arms. All we're saying is you need to prepare yourself, or you know what's coming.
Be ready.
Tighten your bootstrings and hang on.
Be ready. That's why we've been telling you, man. Get your preps ready. Get your preps ready. That's what we've been saying.
That's not against the law today, unless you're breaking some kind of a local hoarding law.
Right. Get your preps ready. No matter how many times we had to continue to beat the fucking dead horse, we continue to beat on it. People fucking sleep. They don't think it's gonna happen, or if they just don't want to get ready, they don't feel like they have to feel that there's no need to get ready, because whatever the case may be. But not me. Not me. Remember, 2 is 1, 1 is none. That's been my motto for a long ass time, at least fucking 20 years.
Find you some good, strong-hearted, strong moral people of like mind, and vet your people. Get around people you can trust.
Get your radios too, man. Get your radios. Get your shit ready. You always gotta think, the worst. You always gotta think the worst.
The cheapest, most devastating thing they've got out there right now is EMP. It's cheap and it wreaks havoc on everybody. And all they've got to do, how many people out there, if you just cut their cell phone off, would be totally lost?
I'd be
if they
fine.
didn't have that cell phone, they'd have to go to therapy because they'd be mentally wrecked.
And not only that, but some of us have to, some of us make our money with our cell phones. Like, if I didn't have my phone set, me, bro,
people work their business. Yeah, people work their business out of their cell phone. Who actually has a
pushing my thumbs. I push my thumbs in done. 2 minutes, I made money. That's it. I'm sorry to cut you off, Sam. Go ahead.
No, people now, people don't even have a phone book anymore. How many people, if you lost your phone, how many numbers would you lose that you didn't know?
I haven't seen a phone book in the last fucking 10 years.
That's a great point, Saints. Nobody's using their memory no more. Less and less. The society is training everybody to literally dumb themselves down, like fucking the movie Idiocracy. You
We're
know,
way too dependent on technology.
Yeah. Absolutely. Everything is save, back up.
That's
back
right,
up, back up.
Tracy. EMP will be the end. No power, no water. I mean,
Like I said, man, the estimated time for these households now is 2 weeks to survive. If shit hit the fan, 2 weeks. And that's pretty fucking sad.
well, it's really
If you don't
gonna.
got your preps, if you don't got your shit stocked up for at least, let's say 2-3 months, I think you're stupid. Personally, I think you're fucking stupid. If you don't have at least 2-3 months worth of food stored, then you're lost. You're absolutely fucking lost. I'm sorry, go ahead, sir.
No, it's tough. I mean, there's people that if the power goes off, it's really not. I mean, it's not really gonna wreck their world because they're working in the garden with the only they don't use that much power. People in third world countries, I mean, like places in Mexico. I know people out of Mexico that have become went through the long drawn out task of becoming an American citizen, which I'm proud they did, and they improved their life. They had power part of the day,
it's like
and
the
the
Great
rest of the day they didn't have power.
It's like the Great Depression. You know, those people and those families came out of that, survived that. What was the big number one thing that they all started doing? They all had food pantries. They all had storable food. It was common for them to keep food because none of them ever wanted to go through another Great Depression. Now that's all been trained out of everybody, and even to the point to where you're considered kooky in polite society, a conspiracist if you prep. You know, they're demonizing the your God-given right to prepare for calamity.
Don't depend on it always being there.
Ain't that the truth? It's
There
nice
was
when
there was a lot less people living off a lot less back then than there are now because, wow, I mean, just reach back in your mind and think how bad it can be and then add about 50% to it, you'll be there.
yeah.
I mean, how many people knows how to wash clothes without a washing machine? You can't wear that same pair of underwear for 2 months. Bro, you be right. I mean, just putting it as plain and simple as you can. How long can you wear a pair of socks before you have to take a freaking putty knife and scrape them off your feet? Let alone try to cook something or purify water. I mean, well, I'm going to boil me a pot of water. Dude, do you realize how long it takes to boil enough water to wash clothes? I mean, people don't even have a wash. People don't even have they don't even have a wash pot big enough to dip anything beside a pair of socks in.
Not to mention they don't understand how much cutting wood it takes to boil gallons upon gallons of water to wash clothes.
Yeah, and you can't tear that entertainment unit up and break it because it's made out of toxic chemicals and particle board. It'll kill you trying to stay around the fumes. I mean, what are they gonna do? Break up Grandma's antique chair and put it in the wood, put it in there and burn it? It's gonna last about 5 seconds and it's gone. They might make it through the summertime, but when winter gets here, it's going to be a hard winter.
People should learn their lessons from the past. Those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it. You know, now's the time to gain as much knowledge as you can. Use YouTube, use the internet, do your own research, check all facts. Don't get your sources third hand. You know what I mean? You got to fucking do your own research. And that's one of the biggest things that people don't do.
I mean, I've said this before. There was a couple that came down and stayed on our river lot, and the lady was probably 28, 29, 30 years old, and she had never gone to the potty in the woods, and it was devastating. I mean, she literally asked her husband, "How do you do it?" And he had to explain to them how to go use the bathroom in the woods.
Yeah, she's fucked.
I mean, my God, and I'm sure that's running rampant through the new generation.
Think about how about catching your fucking dinner, shooting your dinner, and fucking cleaning
Oh
it, skinning
man,
it,
yeah.
cooking it. Some people don't know how to fucking skin a fish. Like me, I don't eat fucking fish. I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. Now, you know me, I'm a city boy. I'll shoot the motherfucker. But as far as fucking cleaning, skinning it, and cleaning it, shit, that's, you know, sir.
Me and Saints made the comment too. There's probably going to be a lot of people out there that because they have no experience in the woods or understanding of how to clean an animal or what parts you don't want to eat or what to do, there's going to be a lot of animals limping around with one leg.
That's good. That's fucking good. He's right. He's fucking right.
The minute they cut that thing open and the stink comes out, they are going to run away screaming. We can't eat that. It's rotten.
No, they want their Chef Boyardee, baby.
Well, it don't smell like them chicken fingers that came out of Mom and Daddy's refrigerator.
That's what I'm telling you. You better fucking get
You
your
give them a
crap on.
chicken, they won't know how to clean it. I mean, they don't have a clue. Can you see some of these kids now pulling the feathers out of a chicken while they're boo-hooing? I just
Hell
wanted
no.
a chicken finger. I didn't want all this.
Right. They want their cheeseburgers and fucking well done and shit. Yes,
Wow.
sir. Whatever you all want to do, I don't want to drag this to the brain. Whenever y'all want to go to the after chat this time.
Yeah, we'll shut it down. I think we've ran it long enough. We're talking about plucking chickens and partying in the woods now. I think we pretty much hit the bottom of the barrel.
Brother knows you good. If you want to sing, you got anything you want to go over before we get to the after chat?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just going to leave it with this last Thomas Jefferson quote in honor of Mark out there.
Yeah.
I have sworn upon the altar of God eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of men. Thomas Jefferson. Night, folks.
I'm going to do a little shout out to the People's Tavern chat
Yes, sir.
and everybody on the panel. Great job, guys. Thanks, Tony Tone, for putting it on.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, and share, and live free. That's it for me.
That's it. Live free, everyone. Shout outs to Tony Tone. Shout outs to Mugs, Brother Seth, Brother Don, Brother Doze, everybody that came out. Brother MP, thanks for coming on. Sorry you had audio problems. Maybe you get it better by the after chat. Shout outs to 420. Thanks for coming in. Thanks everybody. Trace, B-Board, thank you for coming out. Marita's 13 Fox. Brother Sparks, thanks for coming out as well. I said Trace, I don't think I missed anybody. And like I said, every Wednesday, we'll give you a ton. We'll give you definitely plenty of news. We'll fucking share it. And it's good to be back. Live free, everybody.